Hey, School Bus here. So, bringing you the Ace Tanker video for the Kranvagn. And this is about a week or so after the World of Tanks 1.5 patch came out. And so, with that, there were pretty significant buffs to the tier 8, 9, and 10 in the Swedish heavy line. And I had previously had a lot of trouble with this tank. And I wasn't sure if it was me, if it was bad MM. Looking at the statistics, it looked like, damage-wise I was doing pretty good, but I was just getting shafted in terms of the matchmaking. These changes now are going to make this tank much more competitive. So hopefully my 37% win rate or whatever it was, it will get remarkably better. I think I'm up now just a little below 50%. So I would say yes, things are improving. This tank is amazing on ridges. Probably most of you listening to this will be like, well, yeah, duh. It's got 12 degrees of gun depression. It has an autoloader. Of course it's going to be. And needless to say, this map is a great place for it. In fact, when the game loaded, I was like, oh, School Bus, there are no excuses for you to not do really well in this game. Now, in typical fashion of my Ace Tanker videos as of late, I want to talk a little bit about the history on this tank. So basically, I'll spare you the long story. The short story is the post-war Swedes were looking for some sort of a tank for their military. They primarily thought that the Centurion 3 would be a good way to go. The problem was the British didn't have enough of them and said, you're going to have to wait 5 to 15 years before you get one. And the Swedes were like, well, crap, that's too long. So they started developing their own. And the Emil program was one of those. But at the same time, they were also investigating the Stridsvagn, like the flat pack tanks, the non-turreted TDs with the cool suspension in World of Tanks. And what ended up happening was the British came back pretty soon and said, hey, you can have your Centurions. And it wasn't then until about 1958 or so that then the Swedish government decided that they should have a tank of their own to replace the aging Centurions. And the Emil program was very expensive, and they favored using the Stridsvagn 103 as the solution for their military. So you actually have where the heavy tank and what World of Tanks would call a TD, those were the competing designs, and the non-turreted TD is what won out. So jumping back into the game here, this is classic ridgeline warfare, and this position over here is working very well for me this round because you'll notice nobody on the opposing team went village. And so I'm able to just hang out on this ridge, and I can address the flanking forces from the right, and I can address the flanking forces from the left. This E100 has me a bit concerned, but I'm trusting in the fact that my turret can hold up against him. It has so far, even with him firing heat. Let's hope it can keep doing it. So I'm just going to keep baiting shots out, just try and buy time for my reload, because I don't want him getting aggressive and coming around on me. It looks like he's going to take a shot, and ooh, okay, he apparently can get through. No time to look and see where that went through. Let's see if we can get this Kranvagn tracked. Get one shot in, not a tracking shot. There we get the tracking shot. Almost got the kill. But now, got him finished off. Now we're back on reload again, and thinking the E100 is going to go for it and run all the way around. He does not. I think the Yagi 100 is kind of helping hold him off, but now the Yagi 100 goes down, and now the E100 is a nice, easy one-shot. Will I get it? No, but that's okay. So we got one kill, a bunch of damage, and there are 2 tanks left right on the other side of this ridge. Do you think I can get both the kills? Let's see what happens. Auto aim, the first one, turn, and there we go, the second one. Pretty awesome game, but this is it in its element. The Ridge Beast had great success on this day. So there we are, Ace Tanker with a Reaper badge. It definitely lived up to that term. A little over 4,000 damage and 3 kills. I actually am surprised that 1171 is enough experience with all of the folks that are out there playing their Kranvagns right now. If you compare this game to the one that, if you watch the other video where I talk about the buffs to the Swedish heavy line, the big difference between those games, or that game, and this one is the assistance. I got a lot of assistance in this game that I did not in that other one. I actually thought I might have gone back-to-back Ace Tankers, but that other one ended up being a first class. If you haven't seen that video, go check it out. And speaking of the video, if you liked it, hit the like button. If you didn't like it, well, hit that other button. But please subscribe to the channel, tell your friends. You guys are my promotion. So, have a great day, and again, thanks for watching.